We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
BASE is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
BASE University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at BASE University and invest in your future today.
BASE University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
BASE University. Learn to live.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. We're coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. The chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired, has said the abuse of illicit drugs was enabling crimes and criminality across the country. Mara said this in his presentation during a National Youth Conference organized by the Vanguard Against Drug Abuse Detox Center in Abuja. The theme of the conference tagged the youth, drugs, mental health, and Nigeria's future. Mara said that when youth indulge in drug abuse, the tendency for them to develop antisocial behavior is high. The chairman, Military Pensions Board, AVM, Paul Irumesan, has disclosed that the federal government has approved an electronic verification system for military pensioners to ensure sanity in pension administration. Irumesan stated this while addressing newsmen about commencement of the electronic verification exercise nationwide today in Abuja. He said the initiative was aimed at sanitizing military pension administration and eliminating issues of impersonation. The chairman said the board adopted an electronic verification system to reduce the risk of traveling from one place to another and the cost of transportation owing to the old age. The Federal Road Safety Corps has said it would henceforth revoke the driver's licenses of recalcitrant drivers. Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed made this known in Abuja while addressing newsmen on the outcome of the 2024 Eid al-Kabir Special Patrol Operations. He said that the Corps had, before the increasing need for collective participation and collaboration of all stakeholders. Mohammed also said the Corps leveraged this as a necessary viable tool that would help in achieving the mileage recorded within the periods under consideration. Nigerians have demanded greater transparency and accountability from government regarding its spending priorities. This is in response to the alleged plan of the Senate to approve purchase jets for President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Global Television brings you details. We'll bring you that detail in our subsequent bulletin. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has asked political parties and other stakeholders to keep in mind the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 as amended with respect to the tenure of Area Council chairmen in the Federal Capital Territory. He therefore reminded them that the tenure of office of all elected chairmen and councillors in the 6 area councils of the territory will come to an end in June 2026. Edike Michael was there for Global Television.
INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu, while addressing some national and federal capital territory members of the Inter-Party Advisory Council (IPAC), said, by the provision of the law, the tenure of office of every elected official begins the day such a person takes the oath of office.
For the avoidance of doubt, tenure is not defined by the date of election, but the date of the oath of office for executive elections, or the date of inauguration for legislative houses. For the executive, the tenure belongs to the elected individual, while for legislators, the tenure belongs to the legislature.
Yakubu further appealed to all prospective contestants for the positions of chairman and councillors in the FCT to be guided by the provisions of the law and judicial pronouncement on the issue of tenure.
May I therefore appeal to all persons with ambition to contest for the positions of chairman and councillors in the FCT to be guided by the provisions of the law and judicial pronouncement on the issue of tenure. I also appeal to political parties to enlighten their members accordingly.
There have been agitations by political parties and candidates interested in contesting the area council elections over what they consider a delay by the Commission in releasing the timetable for the area council election in line with the provisions of the Electoral Act, a development that informed their visit in order to seek clarification. Edike Michael for Global TV News.
The Pharmacy Council of Nigeria has shut down 531 medicine outlets in the Federal Capital Territory for various offenses, including operating without registration, poor documentation, and stocking of ethical products without the supervision of a pharmacist. The Director of Enforcement, Stephen Esumobi, disclosed this to journalists in Abuja. The PCN is the federal government parastatals charged with the responsibility of regulating and controlling the education, training, and practice of pharmacy in all its aspects and ramifications, in line with the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria Establishment Act 2022. Nigerians have demanded greater transparency and accountability from government regarding its spending priorities. This is in response to the alleged plan of the Senate to approve purchase jets for President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Global Television brings you details. The plan to acquire a presidential private jet for President Tinubu has elicited widespread public debate, with the majority of Nigerians expressing disapproval due to the prevailing economic hardships.
They are sort of representing themselves and not the masses again, as they were elected, and they were primarily elected to represent the masses. They are not. They are representing themselves.
Me, as I stand like this, as a father, you have a father that says, okay, father, can't take care of this country, can't take care of those people, and they work with those people. And the father, now, if your children they feel hungry, you know how you feel someone. So that people where they are around all this misery, if they think no work, find way.
Wow, if the president wants to get a presidential jet, no problem, it's good. It's our president. You understand? We cannot say you should not buy a presidential jet. You understand? We want to buy something that is more presidential jet that you want. But if the president has a jet and it's available, which is more than one or two, and you want to buy a new one, it's not a big thing. We can sell those others one. We will sell those other one. You understand? We'll combine the money and buy the new current one for him. You understand? So that we will reduce the cost of the new one.
They can't tell me the past president jet has been abandoned just because it's on his own tenure now. He had to get a new jet. So it doesn't work like that. We have so lot issues in this country already that we are facing. That they should just pity the nation and the hustlers. I don't cast the politicians as hustlers. They are not hustling. We the mere ground floors are we are the one hustling for them.
Nigerians have called on the government to justify the necessity of the jet purchase and to demonstrate how it will be beneficial to the country. Queen Agaba reporting for Global Television. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria has emphasized the need for the protection and preservation of the institution of the Sultanate in the country. The national president of MACBAN, Alhaji Baba Othman Gilzame, made the call in a statement today in Abuja. He said that the institution of the Sultanate, which dates over 200 years, should not be toyed with by politicians who were supposed to be channeling their energy in promoting good governance. Othman Gilzame criticized the alleged subtle threat to emasculate the revered Sultan, who is the symbol of Islamic authority in Nigeria. The Nigerian Labour Congress has cautioned state governors against exhibiting dictatorial tendencies amidst the recent statements made by some governors regarding their desire to pay what they deem fit to Nigerian workers as the minimum wage. NLC spokesperson Benson Ukba told journalists in Abuja that the notion is not only dictatorial, but also undermines the very essence as well as the model adopted for creating a national minimum wage in Nigeria. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has disclosed plans by the National Assembly to establish an ultra-modern medical center for senators, members of the House of Representatives, and staffers of the Federal Parliament. Akpabio, who made the disclosure in his address to welcome his colleagues back from the Eid al-Kabir holidays, noted that the planned hospital would be constructed in such a way that it would be accessible to all lawmakers and staffers of the National Assembly for their health challenges. Some Nigerians have expressed concern over the announcement of 155 billion naira allocation for the purchase of sale of assorted foodstuff, which is to be distributed through state governors. In an interview with correspondent Michael Adiken, they pointed out that it might not achieve the desired result, citing past instances of similar initiatives.
President Bola Tinubu at Thursday National Executive Council meeting also approved uplift grant for 100,000 families, sued for the cooperation of state governors in ensuring effective implementation of the initiative. Nigerians are, however, appealing to state governors to allow the benefit flow across the board without political interference.
Giving money to the state governors, the money may not reach the farmers that produces food. So I see that as a misrepresentation. If you give money to the governor will use the money the other way around. The money will not reach the farmers.
I could remember some time ago, the same governors were giving money. During COVID-19, all the money given to the governor never get to the right channel. So it's just so unfortunate.
Putting money in the hands of the state governors is like putting a goat into the mouth of a tiger. So I believe they should go to the president should work with a Bureau of Statistics and where they collate data and get to know the poorest of the poor. Go to the register or a social register. Then from there they can do unconditional transfer of funds to them.
While emphasizing the urgency of boosting food production, the president noted that the Sokoto-Badagry Highway is a pivotal project as a state within this axis form the food belt of the nation. And with Badagry being an important artery for food export. Adikan Michael reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching the Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, President Joe Biden vows to defeat Donald Trump. This and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us.
busy road, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first.
Are you
Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the midday news. On the foreign scene, the United Nations said they discovered 5 bombs in a wall of Mosul's iconic Al-Nouri Mosque planted years ago by the Islamic State group during restoration work in the northern Iraqi city. 5 large-scale explosive devices designed to trigger massive destruction of the site were found in the southern wall of the prayer hall on Tuesday by the UNESCO team working at the site. Mosul's Al-Nouri Mosque and the adjacent-leaning minaret nicknamed Al-Hadba, or the Hunchback, which dates from the 12th century, were destroyed during the battle to retake the city from IS. Federal prosecutors overreached when using an obstruction law to charge hundreds of January 6 rioters. The Supreme Court has ruled in an opinion that could affect a case against Donald Trump. The justices ruled that obstruction charges must include proof that defendants tried to tamper or destroy documents. More than 350 people have been charged with obstructing Congress business, the certification of the 2020 presidential election. The law that prosecutors used was passed in 2002 after Enron scandal to stop corporate misconduct. Donald Trump has accused United States President Joe Biden of doing a poor job on the U.S. economy and of presiding over a disastrous rise in inflation, which reflects how rising prices and the cost of living have become key issues ahead of November's presidential election. In business, President Bola Tinubu has issued a 7-day ultimatum to all state governors to provide concrete feedback on their plans to get the economy on the path of productivity for food production in their respective states. Tinubu gave the directive at the 142nd National Economic Council meeting attended by state governors and some deputies, where he also announced a national construction and household support program that will see 100,000 families in each state getting 50,000 naira grant for 3 months, 155 billion naira to be disbursed for assorted foods, 540 billion naira for household grants, as well as 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory will get 10 billion naira allocations each for compressed natural gas powered buses. The 50,000 naira planned for 3.7 million families across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The federal government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, has raised a total sum of 284.26 billion naira in the latest Nigerian Treasury bills auction, as its Treasury bills debt soared to 10.4 trillion naira between December 2023 and March 2024, marking a 60% rise in just 3 months. The auction, resulted by the Debt Management Office and data posted on the central bank's website, indicates that the exercise attracted significant investor interest, with a total subscription amounting to 773.98 billion naira, far surpassing the total offer of 228.72 billion naira. In sports, Colombia marched into quarterfinals of the Copa America on Friday with a confident 3-0 victory over Costa Rica in Arizona. Goals from Luis Diaz, Davison Sanchez, and John Cordoba sealed out 3 points for the Colombians, who are now guaranteed a top 2 finish in Group D. Colombia will qualify for their quarterfinals as group winners if they can secure at least a point against Brazil a 4-1 winner over Paraguay in Friday's other Copper contest in their final group game next Tuesday. UEFA has dismissed 2 Spanish referees, Alejandro Hernandez and Jesus Gil Manzano, from officiating at Euro 2024 after receiving complaints about their performance. Hernandez, who served as the VAR official, faced criticism for dismissing Scotland's penalty claim in their 1-0 loss to Hungary. Let's now join Anthony Mamadou, who is standing by with more on sports.
Update. Let's begin from Formula One, where Jos Verstappen has renewed his bitter feud with Christian Horner just days after his son Max Verstappen committed his future to the Red Bull team for 2025. Triple world champion Max has decided to stay with the team next season after his future had become a highly charged subject since his team principal Horner was engulfed by a scandal earlier this year. Horner hung onto his job after he was cleared by an internal investigation into claims he coerced a female employee. The fallout pitted Horner against Max's father, Jos, who said the team would explode if the Red Bull team principal kept his job. Their row appears to have been reignited after Jos accused Horner of trying to force him out of a Legends Parade this weekend as part of festivities surrounding the Australian Grand Prix. Jos has reportedly pulled out of the event, though as per the Mirror, the Red Bull have denied the claim from Verstappen's father. The Legends Parade would have seen Jos drive a past Formula One car at the Red Bull ring. Two-time Formula One champion Emerson Fittipaldi is part of the parade, as well as former race winners David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, and Gerard Berger. Jos would have driven a RB8 to commemorate his son's Max victory at the 2018 Australian Grand Prix. Take 2. Chelsea have reportedly completed the signing of Barcelona young star Marc Gill in a deal worth £5 million. Mail Sport previously reported that Enzo Maresca's side had been monitoring Gill, with the Blues facing competition from the likes of Bayern Munich for the forward signature. The club are said to have triggered a release clause of just €6 million to begin discussions with the player. According to a report from Fabrizio Romano, the negotiations were successful and Gill passed his medicals at Stamford Bridge on Gill, with an official unveiling expected imminently. Gill is said to have signed a 6-year deal at the West London club that will see him through until June 30th. Once the deal is officially confirmed, the Spaniard will become Chelsea's second signing of the summer after they signed Tosin Adara Bioyo on a free from Fulham. Juventus are finalizing a deal to sign Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz in a deal worth £42 million, and have joined Chelsea in having an interest in Nottingham Forest defender Murielo. Chelsea have a
And that's it on the Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching, and see you again.